Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
This is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast.
What do you got for me today?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, well, it's funny. This week I had so many more people ask me what we're doing it on this week. I don't know why. I think people have been really getting into it and liking it.
You think
and
so?
They're like, what is next week?
As they should.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know, it's fun.
Love our family and friends. They're our number one supporter. I mean, any of our listeners are number one supporters.
Wherever you're listening from.
Yeah.
Fun fact, this is super random. Our U.S. listening, it's dropped 1%. And I think Germany.
Germany?
Yeah. Of all places.
Cool. Well, hey, maybe we'll try to do something, cover something in Germany.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeesh.
I bet they have some old stuff there.
Yeah, I bet they do. I bet there's some cool stuff over there.
Oh, I bet there's some cool stuff there.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
But we have received some feedback.
Yes.
And we are going to be upgrading our microphone here, I don't know when.
Hopefully within the next few months. I don't know. I can't remember if we've said anything on the podcast, but we get to go on a trip, which we're really excited about.
Yeah.
We have been together a really long time, and yet this is our only trip, the second one, with just us. So
we are leaving the country.
Yes, we're leaving the country. It's for a full week. We're super excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So we're gonna let that play out, and then we'll regroup afterwards.
But you, as a listener, will have no interruptions.
Yes.
You still have your weekly podcast. Anyways, let's get into it.
Yes. Yes, we like the banter at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got something for you. I actually was inspired by your clown episode.
Oh no, I hate clowns.
I know. No, it's not clowns.
What is it?
It was that flashed me back to when I was a youngster. So I'm taking you back to Slender Man.
Have we done an episode on this already?
Slender Man, the bull. Everybody knows who it is, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's
super tall guy, all black.
It's in the name, I would say.
Yeah. So he's a slender man. White face, or no face, I should say. Literally just white with nothing. No face. So, I was like, what the heck? I was like, oh dang, I kind of want to do, we've been doing a lot of lore, but I was like, I had a lot of fun reading the clown episode, because it kind of made me had a flashback.
Dude, when we were doing that episode, I remember, I think I talked about it on that episode, the 2016 clown episode. I don't remember what that episode was.
This one's actually earlier than that, which is crazy.
Yeah. It, brought me back. It was my first year in college, and, I remember seeing one on campus. It brought me back to that exact moment in time.
See,
It's weird to, it was just weird.
Yeah, I feel like the older you get, the more of those you have.
You think so?
Because just with talking with you or with other people, a drink makes me flash back to a younger version of myself, or a smell or a feeling or a topic.
Smell is huge, yeah.
Smell and taste is a really big one.
Yeah.
So,
Slender Man, huh?
Yeah. I figure we might as well just slide it on back.
Right.
If anybody doesn't know, we just described Slender Man. I pretty much have always seen him in a black suit, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I have hiccup. I just had a hiccup out of the blue. Speaking of flashback, I'm a child having hiccups. But in 2009, a web forum called Something Awful held a contest challenging users to edit everyday photographs to appear paranormal.
Okay.
This is how it started.
Really?
A contest. Knudsen is who actually kind of came up with this idea. Not kinda, he did. He submitted 2 black and white photos of children, and he called it Slenderman. So, I'm gonna show Miguel. He can have a live reaction to these.
Okay.
This is the first.
All right.
So we got I think it's this kid is supposed to be it, or something back here.
On
But
the
this is
left?
the first black and white photo.
Okay, so what I'm seeing, it looks like tree fort in the 70s. Got
With
people
what,
long-
10-year-olds?
With 10-year-olds, yeah.
Okay.
So, what would it be? Yeah, tree fort? Maybe a tree house? I don't know.
It's literally, I'm pretty sure it's the 70s, like it's, or 80s.
It looks
like,
70s, black and white. There's people walking around. The
Or-
guy in front looks a little wild.
He looks like he's having a rough
But
day.
we'll post this on our Instagram.
Yeah, it will be on our weekly post.
Okay. I
But
see
yeah,
where
he
you're
was,
coming from.
Yeah, he was like, there's no face.
Right.
I can't tell if it's this kid, or if it's this thing.
I can see what you mean.
I think it's the thing in the background.
Maybe we'll ask a question on the Instagram because...
Yeah, what do you think it is? Is that... I think it's this guy on the middle.
I think it's the guy in the back. I think the guy on the left here, once you look at our Instagram, you'll be able to know what we're talking about.
His face is like, you can't really see his facial features. It kind of is blurred out.
Yeah.
So, I don't... But it could be...
It is definitely this guy. 100% it's the guy in the middle. Top middle.
Okay. So, but there's this one.
He's tall,
also,
wearing black, no face.
It's a black and white photo, so it's kind of hard to see. But then you have this one, and he's right over here on the left. There's a kid. He's on a swing, old school. When playgrounds used to be super fun and not safe. But you can see a black creature that has super long legs. Lurking in the background.
Does it have like multiple hands too?
Like tentacles, so that is part of Slenderman's
tentacles?
Tentacles, yeah.
I've never
Because
heard
I'm
that.
going to tell you what Slenderman was based off of.
An octopussy.
No, he was based off of Stephen King's The Mist. But we'll get into that. You've seen The Mist, I'm pretty sure.
No, I haven't.
It's like where people are in town and all of a sudden a mist takes over, and if you go into it, you die.
That sounds like Bird Box.
No, you can't look at it on Bird Box. A lot of people have seen The Mist, Stephen King.
If my mom's listening, she probably knows what you're talking about.
Oh, she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Because this doesn't sound familiar to me at all.
The Mist movie, it was 2007. Let's see. So then it was pretty relevant still, because if it came out in 2009, it came out in 2000. This movie came out in 2007. That would make sense why he kind of based it off of that.
Yeah, the clowns and Slenderman all started online.
I know, isn't that so crazy?
That is crazy.
But it looks like you can watch it on Starz or Hulu. I mean, you got Amazon Prime as well, YouTube, but you can watch it anywhere.
Okay,
pretty
The Mist.
much. Yeah, The Mist.
Well, if you guys are so inclined, watch The Mist. I probably will not, because I don't like scary things.
Yeah, but from what I remember, it was like this mist. I hope this is the right movie I'm thinking of, because if not, that's embarrassing. But they're like in this.
I hope it's so embarrassing.
Now I have to look at the Mist movie. They're like in a grocery store. People are dying. They all get trapped in there, but now I'm kind of second guessing myself. So.
Well, while you look that up.
Oh no! Yep, it is it. Because then, at the end, he goes to. Oh wait, actually, I don't want to do a spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys because it's a pretty intense spoiler.
All right. Well, we'll spoil it right now. Skip ahead. Like 30 seconds. I think Spotify has like a 15 or 30 second skip
it has
ahead.
Like a 15 second, yeah.
Skip it right now if you don't want to go. Tell me. Or if you don't want to know,
he
tell me.
He kills his girlfriend's son and then goes to kill himself, but then the mist disappears.
That sucks. That sucks. What a sucker.
Literally, it was, it's like these like insecty, like just bunch of like this is like the cover screen. It has all these tentacles, like it is this big old creature that this mist came, they ate people, and then it disappeared.
Dude.
So, yeah.
Honestly, this guy that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't bring up the spoiler again.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be
Anyways, we're past the spoiler. If you guys skip that.
But
yeah, what a spoiler.
That's literally like in the last like 2 minutes too of the movie. Okay, let me catch on where I'm at. Oh, he later told the website that his intent was the character was he wanted to create a character that you didn't really understand what his motive was.
Okay.
Which I could see that in the pictures. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, it is around kids though, which I think it's interesting. I think anything spooky behind kids gives it a little bit more creep factor.
Yeah, the creep factor's definitely there.
Yeah, so I think he was good at submitting that. That was a good one. But it completely was unease, terror. It was, the general population was a little scared about it. Like that's what his goal was.
Okay, started online. Do you have how it got popular?
Yeah, so it was a huge contest on the web. And then
How big we talking?
I couldn't tell you how many applicants, but it was just it was a web forum that they all did in 2009. I mean, like, think about how much you wanted to be on the internet then. Like, I think that's when half of us got freaking Facebook, and we're doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
I've been a Facebook user since whenever they started.
I don't think whenever they started. I think.
Oh yes.
Dang, you were like, oh, let me help you pilot this.
Dude, I could have, honestly. Me and the Zuck were pretty close.
The Zuck. Z-word. But, let's see here. Within days, the internet did its thing, and it became a bigger story.
Of course.
Some suggest that Slenderman has tentacles sprouting from his back, and some say that he causes amnesia. He is seen hiding in the woodlands or stalking children, which makes Slenderman...
a predator.
Which made... Like, people started adding on to it, okay? So, like, it was like he started it, but then it just spread.
How do you even control that?
You can't. At that point, it's like wildfire, right? Or, like, weeds. Like, they're just everywhere, and they just keep on coming back.
Yeah.
But it was more than just one creator at that point. It was... Everybody kind of contributed to that.
So, like, everybody was making their own lore about him?
Lore or adding on to it or just like kind of making it spooky.
Actually, it's funny you bring that up because when I'm researching stuff, I don't know if you've come across this, like it's sometimes really difficult to cut out the fat and the stuff that isn't true versus the stuff that is true.
Yeah, because I have to go to multiple ones and see which one cross, because it's like a lot of lore comes to, it's like a waves. Like, you have a couple waves, and then where they intersect, you're like, okay, yes, that is what it is.
It's like, if you get it from one website, it's like rarely is it all true.
Yeah, you have usually other stuff from other websites.
But this makes sense. Like, anybody has access to the internet. Anybody can put whatever they want.
Yeah.
Wikipedia is edited by people.
Well, and even think about 2009. Like, that's early 2000s, internet was taken off. Like, because the 90s was when...
Yeah, economic downfall. Nobody had things to do.
Literally, though. Like, people... It's a scary time when I think the economy's in a scary time. People come up with scary things as well.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. Or maybe they come up with scary stuff and they'll highlight the stuff. I don't know. But,
I guess in the 70s there's no creatures.
There's a serial killer, so...
He's just got too much time on his hands,
I will say, do you remember playing the video game Slenderman, like, on your phone?
No.
I remember playing it. And
wait.
It was, like, dark, and you had to, like...
With the flashlight.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
I do remember that
so
game.
video games were... and also, Minecraft.
I love Minecraft. Shout out. Love Minecraft.
Oh my god, I didn't write it down. It's called it's something super close to it, but there is a character based off of Slenderman.
Herobrine.
In Minecraft?
Herobrine.
No, it's not that. I want to say it's like an Eorn man or Enderman. Enderman. Yeah, that's what is based off of Slenderman.
So let me just clarify what I just said. Yeah.
It's like all black.
Yeah, Endermen. Yeah, so they're creatures that when you look at them, they attack you and kill you.
That's how Yep, that's exactly what Slenderman.
But if you don't like have them in your crosshairs, they don't bother you at all. They just kind of go around doing whatever they do.
And that's the same kind of concept of what Slenderman is.
Herobrine is a mythical creature, I guess, inside of a mythical world of Minecraft, where supposedly Herobrine's like a virus that travels between worlds and hunts you and kills you.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not like. It's not a creature or anything. It's just lore.
It's a concept.
Yeah, no. It's just lore. That's all it is.
It's lore. It's like a conspiracy.
Yeah.
But yes, the Endor, which is an actual character. Not character, but like
The Enderman.
Yeah, Enderman.
Endor.
Endorman.
That would actually be cool.
I bet they just didn't want to get copyrighted. That is based off of it. So it's kind of funny, like you see these things that...
Dude, they scream too when they get close to you.
I don't know. Did Slenderman do that in the video game? Oh, yeah, I think it did. I think it's... Because it has to scare you somehow. I remember having it on one of the lowest volumes when I played because I was always scared.
Yeah, the Enderman, if you looked at them, they would teleport and get like as close as they could to you.
That's exactly how the game was. Don't you remember that? The Slenderman game?
I don't remember the game.
I remember it was
Enderman,
woods, though. And like it would just go pew, pew,
I just remember every fucking one of those games had the shittiest goddamn flashlight.
It's like, and then all of a sudden it goes out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and you're like,
I've never had a flashlight go out on me.
dude, for real.
In the 20 to 30 years of life, I've never had that problem.
Dude, in that situation,
I've gone camping so many times. You know
no flashlights have gone out.
Exactly.
You're telling me you're out in the woods and this flashlight's fucking 40 years old? That's the stupidest shit I ever heard.
Like,
Also, test your flashlights.
Preach. All I'm saying is if you're going to go camping or if you're going to have flashlights in your house, check your batteries.
Don't take your grandpa's flashlight from the 1960s.
Yeah, exactly.
That has like 100 lumens or something.
I see people like all the time, like
it's like super
camping,
dim yellow lights.
The camping, they're like, oh my god, it went out and I got attacked by something. What?
You deserved it. Honestly.
You are literally low-key pretend surviving out in the wilderness. Why would you not make sure you have a full battery in your flashlight? I'm sorry. I just can't. Anyways.
No, but back to your point.
This.
Yeah, they need to stop making video games with these shitty goddamn flashlights.
Oh, what is it?
I know.
Freddy.
Because I know they do it on purpose because it's scarier.
Yeah.
It is scary. Because one, it's a terrifying game, and two, you're unprepared. What's scarier than that? Nothing.
I just choked a little bit. Okay. So not until 2012 was that video, the Slenderman video, came out.
Okay.
And was downloaded, or like the video game, and was downloaded over 2 million times in the first
Really?
month.
And I'm guessing that's when it just went, just blew up, right?
So that video game was created in 2012, and I was one of that 2 million.
So was I, dude. Represent.
Represent.
S-gang, baby.
But that is like how Slenderman was. It's. I mean, I found some first-hand encounters, but these are just people's story. Like, who knows? Like, at this point, it is created by the internet.
I'm gonna roll with that just so I can sleep tonight.
It's created by the internet for sure.
But it does make me feel better that it was created online.
Yeah.
Like, that's the origins.
Yeah.
It does make me feel better.
I think the other part of maybe, like, people like, oh, first-hand encounters, I think there's other things like that it could have been, but...
Like a Wendigo.
I was going to say... Okay, also, fun fact, you guys, sidetrack.
I already know what you're going to say.
Because of last week, I changed a strong, independent woman, changed the light in our room because screw that fan, dude.
Yeah, so if you haven't listened to last week's episode, that word is no longer allowed in our house.
Yeah.
It may not have came across that way.
The S word, yeah.
Yeah, we were, just look at our last episode. It's called Idaho blank blank. Let me tell you,
we're not saying that word ever again in the house. In our light, just in our room, we have a walk-in closet and a bathroom connected to our bedroom. And those lights did not go out. It was just this room. Mm-hmm. And it went out twice.
In the middle of that episode.
In the middle of just that episode.
Yeah.
And...
we were shooken to the fucking core. So I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday I come back and Sam's changed it all out.
It was Tuesday because I worked Monday. So we recorded Saturday. Uh-huh. Sunday, I was like on edge. Mm. And then, yeah, it was pretty much the first chance I got. I went to Home Depot and I was like, sorry, babe, we're going to get a new light because...
I did show her how to replace those, though. If you don't know how to change home lights, they're super easy. Black to black, white to white.
Yeah. Well,
copper to green.
Okay, the funny story on that. I was like, damn, is it black and white together? But I was like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. You gotta keep the colors the same. And
Respect.
that fan was so heavy.
It wasn't heavy, dude.
Dude, the motor in that sucker and it's shit. It was a heavy, and then Centoya is trying to climb up the ladder.
But physically and emotionally, it's a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when we bought this house, we were like, a fan in here would be awesome. And our master.
We never used it.
Never used it, ever. We were like, oh, it's so great. So, I guess unless you really feel like you need the fan.
Right. But, anyways, so yeah, that's an update from last week.
Update. It's literally an entire new light in our room. Yeah. But it's fire, man. I could say it's went up pristinely.
Yeah, it's a good light. But that word's no longer allowed in our house because of that episode.
Yeah. But I am going to go a little true crime-esque.
Okay.
True crime-esque.
True crime-esque?
True
That's what I'm talking about.
Sometimes I feel like I have a stroke when I talk. But
me too.
May 31st, actually, about 10 years ago. Dun, dun, dun.
10 years ago? That's 2014?
Yeah, 2014. There was two girls, Morgan and Anissa.
Morgan and Anissa.
Anissa? A-N-I-S-S-A.
Anissa.
Anissa. I think so.
I'm going to go with Anissa.
Yeah.
I apologize if I said your name wrong.
They were both 12. 12
years old.
12.
Wow.
And they brought a 11-year-old... Oh, okay, so this is allegedly, but they were tried and found guilty. So I'm going to say they freaking did it. They took an 11-year-old classmate to the woods.
Boy or girl?
A girl. Behind Morgan's house in Wisconsin. I do not know how to say that freaking that city. Waukesha?
What the fuck? Wakanda?
Waukesha?
Waukesha. That's
what Waukesha. It looks like Waukesha, but with not the dollar sign, obviously, with an S instead.
I think with a dollar sign.
With a dollar sign. They stabbed their classmate 19 times. 12-year-olds to an 11-year-old.
Okay.
Stabbed 19 times for a sacrifice to please Slender Man.
Anissa. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I messed up your name. Because you're a piece of shit.
Actually,
seriously?
Morgan was the crazier one.
Morgan?
Yeah.
I can tell by the name.
So one of the girls reportedly told the detective that they were trying
sacrifice to Slenderman?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Dude. I get why my parents didn't want me on the internet. You ruined it for me. Freaking Morgan. But they discovered this on discovered this on a horror story website.
Is this real? This is
real.
That's a real case?
It's a real case.
That's
sadly.
That is so fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Oh my god.
But they wanted to become proxies, quote unquote, for Slenderman.
There's no way a 12-year-old said, I want to become a proxy of Slenderman.
Yeah.
Honestly, what the fuck does that mean?
The girl was left for dead, but managed to crawl to a bike path where she was saved by a bicyclist. Dude,
this is the only time I like bicyclists. Honestly.
I wrote that and I was like, Miguel hates bicyclists. Because they're always on the road acting like they're a car.
Right, this is totally side note here. I'm going to finish my thought on this. Fuck those 12-year-olds. Hopefully they're still in prison. Don't tell me they got out.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they should be.
I had to do quick math.
They should be.
For only 10 more years, though.
Only 10 more years? So they'd get out when they're 32?
Okay, I'll tell you right now, Anissa got 25 years and Morgan got 40.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll tell you why.
Was Morgan doing the stabbing?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Later.
Anyways, side note on the bicyclists. If you're riding a goddamn motorcycle, not a motorcycle, a fucking bicycle, take the motor out, okay? And you're on the road, I hate you. Just flat out.
We were driving up our main road, and there was straight up a burnt dirt bike, driving on the sidewalk to get up to speed and then merge into traffic all the way.
I would like that more than a bicycle going 10 miles an hour.
Dude, in the middle of like a main road, I'm like...
You know, honestly, that's their choice.
Share the road.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, be aware of them, but like, get out of the way. I'm trying to get to a place. Just because you're trying to be lean and mean and a fighting machine.
No way, dude.
I need to get to work.
No way. Nothing drives me more nuts than when, like, a bicyclist is, like, 3 feet over in the lane. They're, like, not quite on the side of the road, like, in their lane.
That's the worst.
But they're not. They're, like, in our lane.
Just commit. Either be in the bike lane or the freaking main lane. Because at this point...
Dude. And then you have the oncoming traffic. They're having to move out of the way because the traffic going behind them is swerving around them. Oh, dude.
It's just a mess.
I wish I could extend my side view mirrors and just bop them right in the head, dude.
Dude, sometimes I feel like, especially with a truck, I'm like, damn, this freaking thing's gonna knock their head.
I know, dude. Imagine being the bicyclist. They get hit by a side view mirror. They're just like, typical!
Sometimes I feel like we should go back through our episodes and see how many times we quote New Girl.
I don't know how many times. But a lot. I love New Girl. It's probably one of my favorite TV shows.
It's pretty great. Miguel is a character, and if you can guess which one...
They're never going to guess it.
I'll send you a sweatshirt. Speaking of, we got sweatshirts, so that's freaking badass.
Anyways, that's my thought on bicyclist. If you're a bicyclist, I meant to offend you. Get on the goddamn... Get on the fucking sidewalk or get out of the fucking way.
Pick a side!
Seriously. Anyways, we can continue.
Okay, so we're going back to... Well, we liked this bicyclist today because she saved this little 11-year-old girl.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Because she was on
a
bike path.
Because she was on a bike path, and she was stabbed 19 times. Just a reminder, that's more than how old these girls were. So, that's freaking ridiculous.
19 times.
19 times. 2 major organs were hit.
That is so many times.
Well, there's 2 of them.
Each one had a knife?
I don't know if they were tag teaming or what, but I'm guessing we'll go into that later. Okay, anyways, but she hit 2 major organs.
Oh my gosh.
One wound
missed
a major artery by less than a millimeter. An artery, a major artery, by a millimeter. That is teeny tiny.
That is so crazy.
She is so... I mean, she's not real. You always say, like, oh, they're so lucky they survived. It kind of is shitty that they were in the position in the first place.
Yeah.
How lucky?
It's like overlooking the crime itself.
Correct.
You're lucky you made it through. It was like, well, you weren't fucking there. I got stabbed goddamn 19 times.
At 11 years old.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
I would have punched that 12-year-old. Both of them. I would have clobbered their heads together.
What the fuck are you doing? Okay, but anyways. She spent 6 days in the hospital. That's it. But she survived. She's alive and healthy. There's not much about her.
What kind of PTSD
I didn't find
you
her
get from
name
that?
or anything, which I'm guessing that's
completely... I would not want my
it.
name out there.
I wouldn't either. After a manhunt, they found the girls and the weapon. They were like on a highway. Fucking being 12-year-old dumbasses. They were planning this for months, apparently.
Premeditated?
Yep. Morgan was actually diagnosed with childhood onset schizophrenia.
What does that mean?
Schizophrenia?
So I know schizophrenia has multiple different forms.
Yeah, so I guess we could pause it real quick and look up what childhood onset schizophrenia is.
All right, we'll look at it. We'll be right back. And we're back.
We found out that childhood schizophrenia is an uncommon but severe mental disorder. By the way, I'm quoting this from Mayo Clinic.
100% factual one.
In which children and teenagers, so pretty much anybody under 18, interpret reality abnormality. Schizophrenia involves a range of problems of thinking, behavior or emotions. Cognitively, it may result in some combination of hallucinations, delusion, extreme disorder thinking, and behavior that impairs your child's ability to function.
So it's just kind of encompassing everything.
It's literally schizophrenia, but you just see it in teenagers instead of later on, which usually schizophrenia doesn't happen until later. But it's the symptoms of schizophrenia are thinking, behavior, or emotions, like problems with doing that, like thinking, behavior, emotions, you have problems doing those basic things. Signs and symptoms may vary, but usually involves delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech, and reflect an impaired ability to function. It can be disabling, but usually it starts in late 20s, early 30s.
Cool, I still got a few years.
Anybody younger than 13 though, it's super rare. Like it says extremely rare on here. And some different types can get more severe over time. Pretty much you would have to you're going to be on medication for the rest of your life, but thinking wise, like early signs and symptoms would be problems with thinking and reasoning, bizarre ideas or speech, confusing dreams, or like confusing what you may see on television for reality, like not understanding what's reality or not, trouble sleeping, lack of motivation, bizarre, violent, aggravated.
We don't have to read this whole thing.
I know. Well, I was just saying, I'm trying to find ones that would actually make sense.
But that kind of encompasses. So it's just the whole thing, the whole spectrum of schizophrenia.
Yeah. Why I'm trying to read more of it is like I'm trying to understand how they even got to that, because they were actually trying to try them as adults. It doesn't look like they actually tried them as adults. They tried them as minors.
I think there's a line that you cross where it's so heinous, where they're like.
That's what the argument was.
Yeah,
it's that they stabbed her.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
That there's no way we can just think you guys are children. Like this. I hate to use this, but like this is an adult murder.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they
no
didn't
way
murder.
kids thought about this.
Thank goodness they didn't murder her, but that was.
But
their
you know
intent.
what I mean? Like stabbing 19 times.
Murder, yeah.
That is so violent.
Yes.
That is so violent. 19 times.
Yes.
That's incredibly violent.
Yeah.
So I guess I could see where they're coming from.
Yeah. No, and that's why I was like reading a little bit more. It's like you're trying to reason.
The prosecutors, not the kids.
Yeah. You're trying to understand. But Morgan's diagnosis was reportedly stemmed from her belief that she had mind control powers. She also indicated that she spoke with fictional characters. And I'm not trying to laugh. But did
they ever think that she was just a fucking 12-year-old? That's crazy.
She thought she was talking to Voldemort.
What?
She thought she could speak with Voldemort, which, if you don't know who that is, that's from Harry Potter.
It's the guy that can't wear sunglasses.
The one that had... I also was going to say the one with no nose.
Can you imagine that? Imagine if Voldemort had, fucked up eyes. He just had to live in a world of pain.
Well, his eyes are kind of squinty anyways. So, but they were both, they tried to both try them as adult. Prosecutor said Morgan and Anissa was apparently believed that if they sacrificed someone to Slenderman, that he would spare the girls and their families to live and invite them to live live in his Slenderman mansion. So they were like, oh, if we sacrifice a person, our families will be hitting up this big old crib with Slenderman.
So I always thought a sacrifice had to be the other person willing to give up their body.
No. Not from what I understand for a sacrifice. It's just a sacrifice of a life or sacrifice of something. It doesn't have to be willing or not. That's so crazy that you thought that. I've never thought that.
I've
always thought it was just a life or just a giving up of something. Doesn't mean that it was your choice. The one who it happened to chose it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought I guess I always thought it was like somebody was willing to sacrifice themselves for the gods because that was more powerful than.
I think that's how it used. That's how it used. I would think that maybe that's how it used to be more of like somebody was willing to, but then especially when Christianity took over, I think that got lost a lot. So
was there sacrificing in Christianity?
There was.
Oh,
The
Sheep
son.
Boy. Sheep Boy.
You are correct.
What's his name? Martin?
There's nobody named Martin. I could look it up, but a father sacrificed his son.
Yeah. This happened in Year One, the movie with Jack Black. What the fuck?
Year One, Jack Black? What are you talking about?
You've never seen Year One? We've watched it.
No, I have not.
It's Year One.
What?
Year One. It's not a religious movie, but Abel.
No, that's Cain and Abel. They killed.
Yeah, so
brothers killed each other.
That happened in there too. Like they were referencing the Bible in it. Cain and Abel, they got into a fight, and Cain was the one that won, right? He killed his brother Abel.
Yeah, Cain killed his brother Abel. Yeah.
So they were fighting, and Cain grabbed a rock and freaking killed his brother.
So Abraham offered his son Isaac as a sacrifice.
Yeah. So Jack Black walked in on that, and the guy was like, "What's going on here?" Anyways.
But yeah, in the Bible, I'm pretty sure the son came back.
As
like
Father,
it was like
Son,
a
and the
test.
Holy Spirit?
No. That was Jesus. But Abraham sacrificed his son because Jesus told him to, and pretty much it's like shows his blind faith.
Imagine killing your kid.
And not knowing.
And then God brings him back, and the kid's just like, well. Who do we have here? If it isn't this motherfucker.
Just fucking killed me.
You know that shit hurt, bro.
God. Oh my God.
Dude, I make myself laugh. Dude, just the kid coming back. I don't know why.
Miguel's like crying right now.
Just like, well.
Literally, could you imagine? Just hands on hip. Well. Why does he have a country accent?
I don't know.
Okay, well.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Tomorrow's Easter.
He has risen. Have you? Oh, I hope everybody has seen that shirt that he is risen. And it's like
basketball dunking.
Yeah, the Riz, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope everybody had a great Easter by the time this comes out. But
yes. Anyways, I'm sorry if you're offended. I apologize. Not really, but
you just gotta laugh about it sometimes. But
well, I'm gonna think about that for a while.
And to what we were going off of, this whole story between these girls, there has actually been other crimes that have committed in the sake of Slenderman, but I figured that would be enough for us, and we could go off with some first-hand encounters. I could have gone into like multiple other ones, but Nissa, whatever her name is, Nasty.
I like it.
25 years. She got 25 years. And
25 with an L.
Yeah, straight up L. And Morgan got 40 years. She seemed to be like the ringleader of that. So she was the one that was doing
a very big ring. Anyways, let's continue on.
But
onward.
Just so we close that up. I actually have one where it has 13 different stories. So if you guys ever want to look at it, it's just an article that I found because I'm not as risque on Reddit as Miguel is. I also just don't have a Reddit.
Let me just clear the air here. I am not risque on Reddit.
It scares me. I don't know why. Anyways. But,
maybe I am.
I had to start off with, he looked like Voldemort because why not? She thought she was talking to Voldemort. Yes. So, we are going to start off here. I am currently an 18-year-old female, and I live in Oklahoma City.
I've been there. Good barbecue.
You have?
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. I know.
My fraternity sent me there. Stood in line at a gas station for some barbecue. It was the best barbecue I've ever had.
I don't know. You barbecued some smoke?
Nowhere near what that place was.
Dang. Okay, well, you better get there. So, this event occurred when I was 15. So, she was 15 years old.
Just a young buck.
Just young buckaroo. But it happened in the same location. My friend, I was with her at the time, lives in a fairly decent neighborhood that was about 15 minutes away from a walking distance of a 7-Eleven. So she was only, that's low-key the best person's house to be at. Whoever's closest to the gas station, just walk on up there, get a treat.
Do a little tornado. I used to call them tornadoes.
Tornadoes?
I did, yeah.
Tornado.
And then one person made fun of me one time for saying it. They were like, it's just a tornado. And I said,
you're right.
Guess I'll just, let's just continue. Yeah.
Her parents allowed us to take late night trips for snacks on occasion.
First of all, not good parents. Go ahead.
Yeah. I used to do it as a kid.
I stand my case.
As you are walking down the street to 7-Eleven. Oh, it wasn't a 7-Eleven, it was a Maverick.
Wait, is it the one on Victory?
Sometime. Well, yeah, when I was there. I mean, I was in elementary school and I still did it, but it's fine.
Elementary school, bro?
It's fine. We don't gotta go into that. Okay, anyways.
I couldn't walk down the street if the sun was setting, dude.
I know. It was like, I straight up thought you were like a werewolf or something. The
Dude,
sun went down, and your parents were like, get home.
Yeah, it was.
You're gonna freaking turn into a vampire.
It
or
was
you're
just
gonna turn
like
into
that.
dust.
Well, honestly, I think they were scared for me because the mosquitoes love me, and they still do. I don't think they thought I could make it home. I just get sucked dry.
Fun fact, one time we had dinner. I still remember it. We had dinner on our back patio. We were like, it's such a beautiful day.
Oh
Let's
my
have
God.
like our nice little BLTs out here. And Miguel sat down. We are fast eaters.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah,
10
I would
minutes.
even say 10 as a max. We're pretty fast eaters. And it's just a little BLT sandwich. It wasn't anything crazy. I didn't even think it was a wrap. So
No,
it was like
it was a sandwich.
It was straight up the easiest thing to eat. Miguel got bit like 10 times. Not even joking.
All up my back.
Yes.
And then a couple in my armpit.
Yes.
I'm getting itchy just thinking about it, dude.
It was right where he wasn't, like his skin was exposed from his chair. They love him. Like, to a
Almost
problem.
makes me worried.
Literally,
dude.
I was pregnant. And that's like, mosquitoes love pregnant women. They didn't care.
Maybe I'm pregnant. Dude, I don't know. Because, like, it makes me worried sometimes. Like,
Why? You're just super sweet.
isn't diabetes just what you have sugar in the blood?
I don't think so. I think you're just overthinking it. You have gone to the doctor. You're good.
You're right. My family just gets into my head. They tell me I have to go to the doctor all the time, and then I go, and they're
like,
pretty.
oh,
The
you're healthy.
last time I went, the doctor was like, "Why are you here?" Like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just getting a checkup." He's like, "I mean, you're good. I don't know why are you here?" He's like, "You got like pain anywhere?" I'm like, "Not really."
You're like, I took blood pressure and it was like 1,000 over 100.
And then the next guy walks in. He's like 86 years old. And I'm like, God damn it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, anyways, let's focus.
Okay,
So,
we'll focus.
she was walking down to a 7-Eleven, and there's a park off to the left.
Okay, I'm imagining this. My eyes are closed.
In it has a weird statue,
Fucking
but
weird.
I was familiar with it.
Yeah.
So she already knew about the statue.
Yeah, weird
Mind
statue.
you, it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
What? Okay, that's even worse. Okay,
Dude,
go ahead.
okay, Miguel and I live very different lives because I've been out till wee hours of the night.
Bro, if I stayed past 10:30, I would sleep in my car or in a cornfield.
Yeah,
I'd tell my parents I'd spend the night somewhere, and I would just be out in a cornfield dying.
Stop, you're gonna ruin it for your brother. Okay.
Mom, if you're listening to this, that actually happened many times.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, continue on.
As we were walking by this park to the left, we see this, la-di-da. Okay, I recall it being okay. As we were walking to the park, or as we were walking on the left, the park was there. We could see an extremely tall figure.
I see it with my
I
eyes.
recall it being as tall as the branches surrounding the trees.
Okay, that's pretty tall.
He seemed to be dressed in all black,
Okay.
extremely pale, and and she says that she's an extremely logical person. So I wanted to validate it as something strange, like a tall person, and I shouted repeatedly at this thing.
So the statue was tall, Or she
No,
thought the statue
she
was?
already knew there were statues in the park.
Okay.
She's saying this was something separate.
Oh.
So she
That's
doesn't
far
want it to
worse.
be counted off as, oh, this is a statue. No.
Okay.
She knew where the statues were. She saw this thing. After no response, they ran off as fast as they could. They referred to it as this thing as Voldemort because of his paleness. It was not until 2 years later that my friend informed me of Slender Man, and I realized whatever I saw that night looked exactly like him.
At least you didn't meet him, I guess.
Yeah. I have a couple more. I don't know if you want to...
Okay, how many more do you have, actually?
There's 13. I just ended up pulling up this thing again.
You pulled all 13 of them?
Yeah, I just pulled
Give me...
Give me a number.
All right, guys. What are we picking? I'm going to pause it real quick. And... All right, you guys chose number 6. Whether you were thinking it or not, that's the number we're picking.
If you did, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah, if you did, let me know.
Okay, well, we'll finish off with a nursery rhyme for Slenderman.
A nursery rhyme? No,
okay,
dude.
Okay, we'll pick
number 7. I get these things stuck in my head.
I don't want to do number 7.
Why? What is it?
It says Slenderman eats a baby girl.
Oh my god, yeah, no. Number 8.
Number 8.
That's what we were thinking from the start. Number 8, guys. Let's go. Number 8.
Okay.
Let's go. Number 8.
Okay. He watched me my entire life. Throughout my life, I had 3 experiences.
First time?
First time talking. I don't know why.
You always go to a country accent, and it is just so gosh darn cute.
Throughout my life, I've had 3 experiences with the identity I have come to call the Slender Man.
Oh, awesome. That's what I love to hear.
The Shadow Man, Slender Man, either one. The Shadow Man, we can call him.
You ever heard of shadow people?
Yes. Did we talk about that?
No, but we should.
No, we shouldn't. It's too... That freaks me out. We've talked about, not night terrors,
sleep paralysis.
Yes. And that freaks me out enough, so we can skip that one.
Have you ever experienced it?
We've already talked about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Anyways, we'll continue.
He lurks in my nightmares.
She's scared.
He lurks in my nightmares and is always in the back of my mind when I'm in the dark. My first experience was when I was 8.
Yeesh.
I have always been a poor sleeper, and this night was no different. Around 2 a.m, I realized that I needed to go to the bathroom. I slipped out of my bed and tiptoed to the washroom, hoping not to wake anyone as I passed by their doors. When I reached the bathroom, I was confronted by a tall figure shrouded by darkness. I was shocked, but I could not seem to utter a single noise. I just stood there. The figure was clearly that of a man, but no features were distinguishable. He reached out his hand with a long, slender finger and began to beckon me towards him. I could not move. I tried to see if I could recognize a face. Maybe it was my father up for a night whiz. The father said, "Night whiz." I don't know why I do country. Now I'm thinking about it every time you say it.
It's just so gosh darn cute.
The figure said nothing. It only beckoned. After some time, I worked up the nerve to turn on the light, and with a flip of a switch, the figure was gone. I remember fleeing to my parents' room crying that I had seen a monster, only to be hushed and told that the dark was playing tricks on me. Maybe it was. 4 years later, so 12, I visited my great-uncle's farm. It was no longer a functional farm, but my brother and I used to like to go and play in the old hayloft and search for skeletons search for skeletons of long dead cats. A morbid hobby.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it certainly
not
seemed
maybe,
fun.
that is.
He said it certainly seemed like fun at the time.
Look at me, I found 3!
After a long day of playing in the hayloft, we were getting ready to leave. It was late afternoon and my parents were eager to get me home for supper. As we were leaving, I looked back in the barn. In the highest window at the top of the old building, I could make out a figure of a man No distinguishable features. Just a shadowy figure. Felt like he was looking directly at me. There was movement. He was beckoning. Fear slithered down my spine. I knew that for a person being standing in front of a window, there would need to be a surface for them to stand on. I knew the ins and outs of that barn, and I knew there was no floor in front of that window. Whoever it was had to have been hovering in thin air. I kept this to myself. I knew my parents would not believe me, as I sure didn't know if I believed it myself. And then 2 years ago, I don't know how old this person is, so 2 years ago, whenever this story was done, I had about 2 years ago, I had my recent experience, the Shadow Man, or Slender Man. As I had mentioned before, I'm a poor sleeper. As I got older, I started to develop sleep paralysis.
Oh, dude, rest in peace. I'm sorry.
I would feel like my body was finally starting to drift, and then something overwhelming, like a terror would come over me.
Yep. That's exactly
and I would
what it
try
feels
to
like.
move or scream, but was unable to do either.
Yep.
I was conscious but temporarily trapped in my own body.
Yep.
I would get these sensations from time to time. They would frighten me, but I knew it was just my brain doing silly things to me and toying with me.
Mm-hmm.
Until that night.
Oh, fuck.
It was late. I was laying in my bed, hoping to drift off soon. I could feel the sleep beginning to creep on my limbs. My breathing was becoming regular and restful. My eyes were getting heavy. The numbness of sleep was finally starting to envelop me. As my eyes began to flutter before retiring for the night, I see him, standing at the foot of my bed, staring at me. I cannot see his eyes, but I know he's looking at me. I try to move, to shake myself into wakefulness, but the sleep paralysis has taken over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of my surroundings, but is unable to do anything.
That's exactly what it feels like.
He begins to crawl up my bed towards me.
Fuck.
I can feel the pressure, but I cannot move. I'm trying to scream. I'm trying to escape.
Dude, I'm getting so scared.
But I'm frozen. His face is inches from mine.
Oh my God.
I stare into nothingness. The outline of a face, but there are no features. I cannot get away. My heart is racing. I feel sick to my stomach. I urge myself to get out of this state. I shook myself up from my bed, and he's gone. I look around my room. I must have been dreaming. It could have not been real. I settled myself down. My tired mind must have been playing tricks on me. I lay down in my bed. I was okay. I felt the odd sensation that someone was in my room, but I chalked it up to a nightmarish experience. I started to feel sleep take over my body again. Just as my body submit to overcome exhaustion, I hear it. The rocking chair in the corner of my room, rocking back and forth.
Fuck that. 2 years ago?
Well, 2 years ago. Okay, let me see.
You gotta sage wherever you're at.
Okay, sorry guys.
Fuck that.
This was published.
Don't say it, dude. I don't even want to hear it, actually.
Okay.
When was it?
January 24.
24. You telling me?
Like a couple months ago.
Oh my God. So that was 22, January 22?
Yeah. So.
Fuck that.
See, and that's where I come in of, okay, these are like Encounters of Slenderman, which was created by the internet.
Right.
But.
What else is there?
Yeah, it could be something else.
Nah, it's just Slenderman.
It's just Slenderman.
That's what I'm gonna roll with.
It's just people like wanting to get a part of the story.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, the detail of it sounds a little too made up to me. But personally, I'm terrified.
Well, yeah, that's what I got for you.
That was a good episode.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay, good.
Besides the scary part.
Well, for the love of anything, make good choices.
Just
be good people.
That's it? That's the whole...
Yeah, be a good bicyclist on the road. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. If you ride a bike...
Figure it out.
You can ride a bike, but just don't be dumb about it.
Yeah.
Or somebody's going to be yelling at you. It could be me. It could be somebody else. And also... What's the other bit of advice I was going to take? don't try to force yourself into sleep paralysis. It's very terrifying.
Yeah, don't do it on purpose.
And then lastly, don't ride a fucking bike on the road. I just gotta hit that twice because that is the worst.
I just feel like it's really important.
It is really important. And watch New Girl because it's the best show ever.
It is pretty great.
It's
pretty awesome.
Close to Modern Family. Modern Family's different though.
It's a different kind of funny.
Modern Family's funny, but then it makes you cry.
I know. Modern Family is like if you have a family, like if you've like created your own family, like kids wise or something like that, it resonates with you a little bit different. New Girl is when you're in that like 20s stage or older, whatever, but like usually when you're like either with roommates or like kind of living that like
Bachelor life.
like that bachelor life still. Even if you're together, you're still like kind of like, you know, that, what is it, dink life.
Anyways, so that's the end of this episode. We might talk for a little bit longer, we might not, who knows. But, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
Leave us a review on Spotify or wherever you're listening. Apple Music, YouTube. It really does help out.
Also, let us know on Instagram too. It helps us as well. It makes us easy feedback, easy access. So, but we will post those pictures of what.
Did you ever post them on the last week's episode?
Mm-hmm. Or did? Which pictures?
Of the Idaho blank blank, or you just posted?
Oh, I posted a picture. Shout out to I don't know what her name is on Instagram, but Courtney. She said, "What in tarnation?"
What in tarnation? That's what I'm talking
it was
about.
Great. I was like, yes. I wanted to do the meowdy.
Meowdy.
The cow with the cowboy hat back, but I couldn't. It just didn't work out.
I'm still thinking about the stab 19 times. Like that's.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you think about Bundy.
Right.
My homeboy Bundy. He's
your
like,
homeboy Bundy.
Homeboy Bundy. That I know a lot of information about, but he actually stabbed someone like I want to say like 50 times. Do you know how like
was it in the sorority house?
That one where people are like he had to have like blacked out into a rage because like a physical like well-minded body like could not do it that many times. Like he destroyed some like with a crowbar destroyed somebody's skull to where it was like unrecognizable. So that's crazy. So, but if you think about it, if you try to hit a pillow 30 or 50 times, 30 to 50 times, like, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, even just 19 times.
Dude, I watched the whole... So there's something spiraling or going viral on TikTok about Brian Cohey. You saw it a little bit, the guy that cut the homeless guy's head off in his hands. And
the kid that like kept cop, his like his mom found his stuff.
So the most viral part is the cop goes, what am I gonna find in there? The guy goes, a human head and hands. I watched the whole 2-hour interview.
Oh, that's right.
Or not interview, but like 2-hour.
Well, yeah, because he lived with his parents.
He did.
And his mom was like, I think I just saw like she calls 911 and she's like, I just saw a head.
Yeah. In
my son's like closet.
Yeah.
And that's the clip I saw was with her like the 911 call, and the dispatcher's like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Do you want me to like send you a picture of it? Like, there's a freaking human head in here." Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys have listened to it or not. You don't have to listen to this if you don't. Yeah. But so what happened was, Brian Cohey, he premeditated this whole thing. Like he knew he was going to kill somebody. He was trying to plan it out, and he thought in his head, like prostitutes and homeless people.
That is the most,
Right. So in his mind.
They're missed less, quote unquote.
Right, yeah. So that, in his mind, he was like, that's who I'm going to go for. Like, I just want to know what it feels like. And the homeless person that he picked was a really good person.
Of course he was.
He went to work every day. He went to this little coffee shop every morning. And the owners of the coffee shop would give him free coffee every day. And he would sit outside and read his book every day. There's not a memorial for him. And when the owner, like, he stopped showing up, so the owner was, like, looking for him, and she was the one that really started this whole thing, because she noticed that he went missing, the homeless guy. and everybody described him as he was just an awesome guy.
Yeah.
He had a job. He was there every day. Never missed a day.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brian Coey, he in his interview, dude, he's like laughing and making jokes about killing people or killing this person, giving like details, like making sounds about how it was.
Jeez.
Dude, he's like demented. And
it's that they haven't, he's, what is it called? It's not a psychopath, sociopath? I mean, he doesn't understand.
I don't know, but he was comparing himself to like Geen and Kemper. And
Yeesh.
like apparently one of his teachers found a notebook full of different serial killers and their MO, their status, like what they were, or not status, but like what they did.
Oh yeah.
How they did it, like disorganized, organized, MO, stuff like that. And he was just always into like super dark humor stuff.
I mean, dark humor is fine, but like that dark of humor is not okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
Dang.
dude, yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy. Was he a minor then, or was he?
He was 19. He wasn't a minor.
Oh, woman.
But he like took him through the whole thing, like how he cut off his arms and legs.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to see the intestines, so he cut his stomach open.
That's awful.
And the Brian, he was like surprisingly pink, like making jokes about it, like surprisingly pink.
Ugh.
Dude, gross, right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's
and
awful.
he was like, well, people like that have done this, they usually get what, 15 to 25?
Do you know what he got?
Life.
Life? Okay,
Life with, I think, another 17 years without the possibility of parole.
Good.
And yeah, he's fucking crazy, dude. And his
Well,
parents seem like such good people.
Well, like, that's like, with that, it's a mental thing. Like, they just mentally are just not okay.
I know. But it's like, his dad just seems like such a good guy, like a genuinely really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And after all this happened, he's like,
well, how hard is it?
Our life is over.
Well, also, like, how do you... That's actually a question. Would you kill for your kid or would you cover for your kid if they killed someone?
That is a tough question.
That's a tough one. But, like...
Yeah, okay,
could
so
you imagine
you're saying...
how hard it was for mom to call the cops on that?
Yeah, so his mom actually ran a daycare. And when she found the head, she had to scramble to find people to, like, take the kids before she called the cops.
Oh my gosh.
And I think his dad was a teacher. Like, just good, honest people.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude. But to the question is, would I kill for my kid or would I cover for my kid?
That's like just like two super common questions that I've seen.
I would kill for my kid. I would not cover for my kid.
No, I think that if you've made that mistake, like even if it's like self-defense or something, like say it was like an honest, like somebody's coming after you, something happened and they died. We just gotta go to the cops, dude. We just gotta tell them what happened.
Mm-hmm.
If you did something where you took a life on purpose because you felt like you needed to,
I'm not.
You need to go serve your time.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, no, that's different, but like.
But like if somebody hurt my daughter, I don't know.
Not just like, not just like kicked her or something.
No, I'm saying
like,
something more severe.
More, yeah.
More severe. There's a lot there's not a lot I wouldn't do to that other person. But if my daughter was like,
I just wanted to see what it felt like.
Yeah, I'd be like,
bro, no.
All right, buddy, you are not my daughter right now. You are a monster. As much as it hurts me to say that, that's what I would do.
At work, somebody was like, it was their sister-in-law or something like a family related, said like does taxes and was like, this like lady was like spilling to her, was like, dude, my son, like I want to say it was a hit and run, and she's like,
her son hit somebody.
Yeah, or something like that.
Or wasn't like they were the
Like
person
he killed
hit?
he killed someone
Oh.
and left. And she didn't say anything. So it's like
she didn't want the insurance spike, bub.
But yeah, no, I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it's a hit run or something. But like something happened where this other person died, and she just hasn't said anything. She helped him hide.
How can you live with that?
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I was like, I don't know who the people are. Obviously,
I couldn't.
But that is terrifying.
I couldn't live with that.
Yeah.
0% chance.
I honestly can't remember who told me that now.
Sounds like you're covering for them. I'm just kidding.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyways, I think that's enough.
We're going to call it.
Yeah, we're going to call it. Thanks for listening.
See you guys on the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.